What is going on? It is another day. Today is the 13th of August. So what we're gonna do today, we're gonna first take this thing out. We're pulling in mine. We got lowering springs, so we're gonna move you out of here, bring the orange one in. I've already put the back ones on because that's just 3 bolts and it drops out. I put the 3 ones on in the back. I gotta do the front today on the orange GSX, and then I will give y'all a kind of like a where the ride is. Right now it's a monster truck. It's literally, it was like this in the back. Now it's, yeah. So I'll move this out. There's always something with these cars. The batteries always die and I don't know why. On a positive note though, it does shut up after a while. Also, I did the headlights. The headlights were yellowed. I cleaned them up as best as I could. This is just the outside. The inside of the lens has to get cleaned up as well. All right, so what is this car about? I've gotten people in my Instagram when I post pictures of it. If you haven't followed my Instagram, go follow me. Link below, right here on the title. So what is this car? This is a 1996 Eclipse GSX. You guys know that from following me on this channel. You know it's an Eclipse, you know it's a GSX. What is different from this one than the GST other than the all-wheel drive? Nothing. It's just all-wheel drive. That's the whole purpose and the whole reason. Yeah, they gotta get redone again. Anyways, that was the whole reason behind the whole swap, was I wanted an all-wheel drive setup. And the only way I can get it is to go ahead and do it this route. And that was to take the engine that I'm already getting tuned up, take that engine and just dump it in here. And then transmission drivetrain back is from a 96. As for the ride height, I don't know how to explain how much of a drop this got, but it dropped, and that is for sure. You can see the front. I don't know how this monster, okay, 3 fingers, 4 fingers for the front. That is absurd. That is just, and I got a big hand, so that's absurd. That really is crazy high. The back used to be 3 fingers, but now I can't put 3 anymore. I can put 2, and I'm stuck, and then 1. I mean, it's like 1.5 basically. And I think it's still gonna go down a little bit more. If it doesn't, it's okay. I can get lowering springs. The Tanabe lowering springs that I got on the GST, that dropped it down pretty well. So at least for now, you can see how the front, you can see how the front looks and the front, how high it is. So we're gonna actually lower that down. We're gonna remove that, replace it with these, and it should drop about 2 inches. It was 4 fingers, I'm shooting for 2. Driver's side, 3 fingers, I'm sorry, this is passenger side. 3 fingers, 4 fingers, and I'm right at 4 fingers there. So let's see how we can get this lower down, see how much it comes out or comes down. I do have spacers coming for in here, the spacer on the hub, just to pull the wheel out a little bit. It is pretty flush, but it is only a 5mm spacer, so it's not going to be real noticeable. I'll tell you what has a 5, and that's this one in the back. That one has a 5mm spacer on it. It clears the upper control arm because it does rub a little bit. The driver's side still needs one, which is going to be here tomorrow. So I have 4 sets coming in. Driver needs one, these 2 need one, and I'll probably just keep it all symmetrical with that one and take that one out as well. So let's go ahead and get this control arm or lowering springs out of here. Boy, I tell you what. So upper control arm kind of has to come out for this to work properly. Reason being is because the fork, I don't like the way that looks like that. I'm actually pulling that a little bit too hard. Oh shit. Okay, I fixed it. I was scared because it pulled itself out of its joint, but luckily the boot saved it. Anyways, that has to come out. And the reason why that has to come out is because your spring is kind of stuck. So in order to prevent taking all of this out, just take your upper control arm out. And when you take that out, you can actually literally fish it out. Best bet is to get an impact, take that bolt off because you need a fork. Well, in my situation, you need the fork to put on the other one because I don't have a fork for here, for the new one. So take that fork off. It's a 17 millimeter. Get an impact because this shit ain't working. You may have to take this off. That's what I'm doing now, trying to figure this out. I don't know, I don't want to take this piece off, but I may have to. Boom, and just like that, she's back on. It took me, it took me about, honestly, about 35, 40 minutes. And that's just I was being lazy because I didn't, you know, when you work on a car, you kind of just lay on the floor like a throw rug. That's what I did. 17 millimeter, 14 millimeter, a wrench, I'm sorry, a ratchet, yeah, and a wrench. Those are the 4 tools you need. Lower control arm, so you have your fork, your strut into your fork. You need to take the tie rod off of the fork from the sway bar linkage. I don't know why I keep saying tie rod. Your sway bar linkage needs to come off. When you take your sway bar linkage off, that will allow the bottom fork to be freed. After you take off the 17 millimeter bolt right there, somewhere down there. And then, of course, you have the 3 strut tower bolts. And then you want to take these off, which is your upper control arm. Those 2 17s, these 3 14s. And then you have your 14 right here that holds in your upper control arm. So once that comes off, this upper control arm actually comes out of the car and it will allow that to pivot down because this is just gonna drop to the floor. This whole assembly is gonna drop to the floor. So have them to support it because it will rip it out like you guys saw earlier. It'll rip that part out over there. I got lucky, it didn't pull it all the way out, but definitely have something to support the suspension because it is gonna fall to the ground. And then once that, you are able to pivot this out and pull it all the way out. This side's done, gotta put the wheel on there, drop the car down, let it settle for about a good 24 hours, 24 to 48 hours, because it does need to readjust itself because if it's off the car for so long. But I'm assuming it's gonna drop to about a 2 finger. Remember it was 4, we're going to 2. So half the height, so catch you guys in a second. That's the old one there. It's done, anybody wants it, you can cut the springs and experiment for yourself. Here's the driver's side, which is still on stock suspension. 4 fingers, it fits. 3, I got some room with 3, and then obviously with 2. And there we have it. Finished, that side's finished. The backs were done yesterday. Took me 2.5 hours to do both of the fronts. And again, that's because I was being lazy. But I'll show you it was 4 fingers in the beginning. I think it was 4 fingers. I don't remember. I gotta go back at the footage. If it wasn't 4, it was 3. And if it wasn't 3, it was 4. But I know it was. Anyways. So here we go with the 4 fingers again. It doesn't even go. 3 fingers kind of fit. 2 fingers I am sitting and touching. As you can see, can't move anymore. It is gonna settle a little bit more, but right now I'm at 2 fingers here. Check the other side. 2 fingers here. I can't really do 3, but it's 2 fingers here. The back size, I'm not sure what the hell is going on with the back, but it's still 2 fingers. But I just feel like it's sitting a little bit, I don't know. I wanna get those back ones a little bit lower too. And then this side here, they are stock struts, just lowering springs, and then the back. And this back is actually a tighter too than the other side, but I think it's just because of the tires different. That is it for tonight. It is almost midnight. I can actually just standing over the car like this, I can physically see it is lower to the ground. I know that y'all gonna be like, oh, please, but in all honesty, it is a little bit lower to the ground. But that is it for tonight. Tomorrow, we're gonna take the inside, the interior, and this right here is the material for the roof. And shit, this is the material for the roof. I'm going to use this and make the roof black because right now it has that ugly ass white. So we're gonna do that up on the roof. I wanna say in about a week or 2, we're gonna get the windows re-tinted. I'm gonna put the door handle on finally tomorrow. It's in the back seat, but I'm gonna put that on tomorrow along with the roof. It's lowered, it's sitting pretty. We are gonna get the paint for this car. The paint for this car, a gallon of this paint is $470, I think, for a gallon of this paint. So we are gonna get this paint the same color. I know a lot of y'all like this, especially on Instagram. I get a lot of comments, or not comments, but messages saying that, oh, the orange looks really good. I personally didn't like the orange because it already, people call it a super for some freaking reason. But I didn't want to keep the orange because I didn't want people to think I was trying to make a super out of this, and I really wasn't. A lot of people like the orange because DSMs don't really come orange. However, with it being lowered, I need the side skirts. Somebody please sell me fucking side skirts. Holy shit, it is so hard to find it. I need the end piece, and this dude tried to retire and tell me $80 for each side plus shipping. Like, my man, that's 160 bucks for that. Like, and then I'm also thinking about, let me know what you guys think in the comments about the hood. I want an OEM style, but I don't know if I should wrap it or buy an actual OEM hood. But I want it to be carbon fiber because I need some black in this. And I know the windows are gonna help, but I want some black. Carbon fiber hood, real one, or wrap it, or do both. Wrap it for now and make sure I like the look versus just buy a hood and don't even like the look. I'm going to bed. It is, like I said, almost midnight. But right now, that is all. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I'll catch you guys later.